Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be sharing with you my AWS architecture. In the next few videos, I'll actually be building it out from beginning to end in the AWS console, so stick with us. Okay, so in the beginning here, we have our user. In the past few videos, we've actually built out an app in Swift that sends location data. That's going to send to what we call, if you're not familiar with it, API Gateway, which builds serverless REST APIs in a secure and manageable way. In some way, we're going to need to send this data to S3, which is just simple file storage, flat file storage. And we have a couple options here. One, we can use a Lambda function from our API gateway. And every time that data buffers to a certain time or size, we can go ahead and use the Lambda to transfer the data. Another alternative is what we're going to use here is using Kinesis Stream, Kinesis Firehose, and then writing to S3. Kinesis Stream is for streaming data. It allows for real-time analysis, retention periods of 1 to 7 days, and you're going to have to go ahead and pay per shard. Now, each shard has a certain limit for number of writes, reads, etc. Here, we're only going to use one shard, but shards can scale up to about 500 per region. From there, we're going to write to Kinesis Firehose, and Kinesis Firehose is actually used for taking streaming data and just going ahead and shooting it all into an S3 bucket. Our S3 bucket is then going to trigger a Lambda function. Now, a Lambda function is a serverless compute resource, and this gets triggered anytime data gets put in this S3 bucket. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to call Google Places API. We're going to label our data of the name of the place from the lat long, and then we're going to go ahead and send that back into an S3 bucket in a way that's formatted for what's called Athena. Now, Athena is able to do SQL queries on large data lakes, and it does it in such a way that it formats on read, meaning it kind of overlays that SQL schema on top of your flat file storage rather than using something like RDS and MySQL, PostgreSQL, etc. So from there, we need this Athena query to trigger every X minutes. So we're going to actually use CloudWatch events, and we're going to schedule this every 30 minutes, which triggers again our serverless compute resource, Lambda. And Lambda uses a library called Boto3 to access Athena. Now, from there, it's going to tell Athena to make these certain business intelligence queries, and Athena always puts its results in an S3 bucket. And from there, we're going to need some way of accessing these results for what we create later on this user end here, which will be a dashboard. So the dashboard is going to hit a new API gateway, which will be a REST API, and it will take the URL path using our Lambda function and go ahead and get the S3 Athena query from that. Okay, so that's all for our architecture here. Stick with us in the next couple of videos and I'll show you how to make it. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. I will see you next time.